I must warn you, the stock market will not make you wealthy. I will say it again. The stock market will not make you wealthy. Your behavior is what makes you wealthy. Your attitude, your mentality makes you wealthy. You have to understand there are different types of personalities in this life. There's people who cannot tolerate risk. Just the thought of risking $1,000 in the stock market freaks them out. That's not what they want. They want safety. They want a 9 to 5 that pays them every week. That's it. They don't want anything else. There are others who claim that they don't have any fear, but they're checking the price every 10 minutes. They're looking at the charts every day, and that tells you that they have fear too. In this life, there are people with different standards, different attitudes, different mentalities, and all these people trade in the stock market. So you have to understand that. You have to take advantage of the different types of personalities in the stock market. You have to believe in seasons, cycles. You see, I don't trust patterns so much. I understand patterns, I don't trust them a lot. Right? I'm a firm believer of seasons. In life, there is winter, spring, summer, fall. Right? In the stock market, you see a big crash every 10 years, a correction every couple of years. So if you understand all of that and you have a good perception of time, you will be wealthy. I'm telling you, if you correct your behavior, if you have a good mentality, a good attitude, you will be wealthy. But you have to understand time, the perception of time. Not everybody has the same perception of time. Some people want to double, their trading account in a week, in a month. They don't have a good perception of time. They don't really think of what's going to happen in 2 years from now, in 5 years, right? They panic when they see the stock price drop $1.50. They panic because they're not prepared for the long term. They don't have a good concept of time. I'm telling you, this channel is not so much about analyzing some stocks, some companies. Some people might think I'm a little crazy just because of my philosophy, my theory, the way I talk about the market, about the psychology, about the strategy. I'm different than the rest, right? I have a different personality, a different concept, a different attitude. And I'm telling you, my friend, if you trade in the stock market, if you invest in the stock market with a different type of perception of time, you will make a lot of money. And I want you to believe it. That's why I talk about goals. You must have defined goals. Okay, you must answer yourself, what is it that you want? You see, even if I die tomorrow, I want the future generations to find my videos and say, man, this guy was up to something. Okay, I'm aiming for legend. I want to be remembered in 10 years from now, 20 years from now. And that's my goal. You see, I have a different perception of time. I trade the news, I trade the current events, but I invest with time in mind. Not so much price, time, value in time. I want to change your attitude. I want to change your behavior. I want you to correct the bad habits that you might have. And if you're a new trader, you can benefit from these videos. You see, I wish I had known what I know today 10 years ago. I've lost a lot of money, and mostly because I didn't have the right perception of time. You see, I had some investments, people panic, they sold, price dropped, and I sold out of fear. You see, emotions. And at the time, when I submitted that order, I didn't have a good perception of time. You see, time is one of the first things that you could lose perception of. Time. You have to always have time in consideration. When you buy contracts, you have to think of time. You see, we sometimes want to find the stock, right? We look for how do I pick good stocks? How do I become a millionaire in the stock market? How I become a billionaire in the stock market? How I can become rich in the stock market? But we forget time, right? We want to pick safe, good stocks, good companies, and sometimes that's what people focus on, right? And I want to tell you, you can make a lot of money even if the price moves a few cents. Look, if I buy enough contracts, right? If you trade options, if you want to trade options, which by the way is not that hard. I'm telling you, it's not that hard. Sometimes we get intimidated, but trading options is not that hard. I'm telling you. You see, you have to look at options as like a layaway. It's that easy. I can tell you in 10 minutes, I can have you trade options. If you look at options as a layaway, right? You go to the store, you want to buy an item, but you don't have the money at the time, or you want to buy it 6 months from now, you put $5 down, you put a down payment, and you get a layaway ticket. That's what an option. That's what a contract is. Because what you're saying is that I believe in 6 months from now, in a year from now, the stock price will be this much, and I want to buy it a year from now. So if you take advantage of that and you have perception, you have time in mind, you have a good perception of time, you will make a lot of money. Listen, if you buy 1,000 contracts, and the price per share is 10 cents, right? That's what, 100,000 shares. If the stock price goes up, if the price per share goes up 1 cent, you make $1,000. If you buy the contracts at 10 cents and you buy 1,000 contracts and you buy them at 10 cents and the stock price or the price per share goes to 11 cents, you make $1,000. So that's 1 cent movement, right? Sometimes we want to find the stock that's going to go up $100, and we forget that if only the stock price goes up a few cents, we can make a lot of money. I'm telling you, if you scan the options, this is heavy right here. This is good value right here. If you search, if you scan the options, the contracts, sometimes for whatever reason, you find contracts that are just a few cents. I don't know why. Sometimes people lose perception of time. And when you scan the contracts, when you scan the options, you see that, they are selling options for 5 cents out of the money, but 5 cents? Say what? You see the stock price goes down, $5, and people, it's like they're giving away their options because they panic. Okay? And the options expire in a year from now. You say, what? Are you telling me that the stock price will not go up $5 in a year from now? People lose perception of time. I'm telling you, people call me crazy. People might not understand the value of these videos. You see, I release videos almost every day, and I'm giving you good value. And I want to, and the reason I put these videos out, like I said, because I want the next generation to just find by chance my videos and say, hey, there is a lot of value here. Okay, this old man was up to something. I want people to remember me, and I'm sure that will happen. Okay, they will find the value. I'm telling you, you have to work on your psychology, your attitude. That's why I've said before, I want you to wake up every morning, have a good sense of your goals. Answer that. What is it that you want? If you want $100,000 in a year, write it down. Repeat it every day. Every day when you wake up, say it. I want $100,000 in a year. Have a clear vision. Have a clear goal. Okay? Think about that. Wake up every morning and say it. What is it? Whatever your goal is, it could be $1 million, but say it out loud. I want $1 million in a year. I want $1 million in a year. Then you have to believe it. Okay, you have to believe that you deserve it, and it could happen to you. If you have a negative attitude, if you have a negative attitude, it will not come true, because you will panic, or you will sell too early. You will leave a lot of money on the table because of the wrong attitude. That's why I say it. It's not the stock market that makes you money. The stock market is just a tool. You see, a hammer will not make you money, right? It's your skills, your attitude, right? If you work hard. The stock market is just a tool. The price action is just the behavior of thousands, if not millions of people. I'm telling you, it's not the stock market that makes you money. I will give you another example. If you're still watching this video, I want you to think of this. Let's say you own a house. You own a house, and the actual value of your house is $100,000. Your house is valued at $100,000. But me and my friend, we go to you, and in front of you we start negotiating, right? You own the house. The house is worth $100,000, but me and my friend, we start negotiating, and we say, I think his house is worth $20,000. And then my friend says, no, I think it's $25,000. And I say, no, I think it's $20,000. And we start negotiating. Now, do you panic? Do you say, hey, everybody's trading my house at $20,000. I should sell it right now. I'm going to sell it for $25,000 right now. You don't do that, right? If we are bidding on your house, you don't sell the house. So you have to understand the bid and ask price. It's just the negotiation at the time. It doesn't necessarily represent the actual value of the company, of your shares. Okay? So don't panic because you see other people bidding on the shares at a lower price. Find the true value. Have a good perception of time. Understand time. Work on your psychology. Work on yourself. When you buy, the next time that you buy some shares, contracts, options, whatever, have time in mind. Have a good perception of time. Think, what is this going to be worth a year from now? What is this going to be worth 5 years from now? Have a good perception of time. I want you to watch this video. I want you to listen to what I'm saying over and over until it becomes second nature. When there is fear, people lose perception of time. When there is fear, people panic and they sell their stocks at a lower price because they see other people selling at a lower price. And if you own something, if you own a car and your car is worth $10,000, and for whatever reason, maybe I'm in a tight spot and I have to sell my car at $1,000. You have the same car, yours is worth $10,000, but I want to sell mine at $1,000. Do you panic and you sell yours for $1,200? No, because my actions should not interfere with the things you already own. That's why if you find good value, when you find good value, because you understand the company well, you understand the good application of that company, you understand the long-term application of that company, you understand the long-term value of that company, and you buy those shares, you don't panic when you see the stock price going up and down a few cents, a few dollars. You don't panic. You don't look at the chart price, at the charts and the price every 5 minutes, because you know what you have. You understand what you have is something good. You understand the value. I'm telling you, the stock market is 20% skills, 80% psychology. Work on yourself. Have a positive mentality. Have a clear vision of your goals. What is it that you want to achieve? Do you want to be a millionaire in a week, in a month? Is that your goal? Is that your goal? Are you just looking for the big hit, the big grand slam? Are you just buying the hype because you see other people buying? Or are you doing your own research? Are you being influenced by the people who show you how they make 6 figures every week, every month, and they want to sell you a list of the stocks that will make you a lot of money? Are you falling for that? You could be arrogant or ignorant. Okay, those are the two extremes. You could be ignorant and fall for that and think that is that easy. Or you could be very arrogant and invest all your money at once because you say, there is no way, I could be wrong. I see everybody investing in this company, so I'm going to put all my money in this company because everybody's investing in this company. Is that your attitude? Are you that arrogant? Or are you that ignorant? No, my friend. Have a good perception of time. Work on your psychology, the perception of time. Believe that it could happen to you. Have a positive mentality. Have a clear vision. Raise your standards. Raise your standards. Repeat it every day. Have a clear vision of your goal. What do I want? Where do I see myself in a year from now? Have a clear vision of your goals. Forget about what people are doing right now, because there are different types of personalities and they might not have the right attitude, the right perception of time. Compound interest, right? Compound interest, the eighth wonder, right? Have a good perception of time. Work on yourself. Learn something new every day. I'm not here trying to sell you a pipe dream. I'm not here trying to, convince you to buy a company because I think that it's gonna go up. Listen, patterns fail all the time. How many times you put a trade because you thought that the stock price could never go lower than 120, and it goes to 116, it goes to 112. What happened to your patterns? They fail you all the time, right? That's why they keep adding new patterns and different types of candlestick patterns, different patterns, because they want to make sense of what's going on. But work on yourself. Become smart. Become smarter every day. Learn something new every day. Work on yourself, on your goals, on your attitude. Have a positive attitude. Have an aggressive attitude. Sometimes it's like they're giving away their money. It happens all the time. You say, how are they selling these options for a few cents? And when they expire a year from now, are you crazy? And you buy 100 contracts at 5 cents because they panic. They don't know what they're doing. I'm telling you, you can take advantage of all of that. Work on yourself. Work on your personality, on your attitude. Believe it. You deserve it. You deserve it. You see, you need those affirmations. Those stock market affirmations. It could happen to you. You deserve it. You are a good investor. You are a professional trader. You have to believe it. You have to work on yourself. It's way better than if I told you to buy Tesla or buy Amazon or buy Walmart. It's way better if you work on yourself. Don't rush. Okay, the market opens 9:30. Don't rush. Let the bulls and bears fight for the prize those few 15 minutes. See, let them. Work on yourself. Wait for the right opportunity. Okay, my friend, thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do it. If you want to share this video with your son, your niece, your nephew, someone who you care for, so that they can benefit from these videos. Okay, I wish I had known what I know today 10 years ago. If you want to go ahead and share it with them, go ahead and do it. Bulls and bears, I'll see you in the next one.